Hey, Vinyl Community, Jeff back again with something that came in that I am so thrilled about finally coming in, because I wasn't sure I was going to get this because this was a deal that I thought was too good to be true, and then it kind of hesitated coming in, and I started thinking this is probably going to end up being, not happening. This is one of the situations where on Amazon, as I monitor the wish list and I watch for price drops, this item price dropped incredibly. And so I pounced on it and I bought it. And it's supposed to be here in 3 days. And as the due date came up for it was supposed to be there, it still hadn't shown that it was shipped. And then all of a sudden, finally, the day of it was supposed to arrive, I get an email saying, it's taken longer to get than we expected. Now the new date is going to be, and they push it off for like 4 or 5 more days to like the weekend, I think it was, of the next weekend. I'm like, okay, fine. And then by that time it rolled around. The following Saturday rolled around. It was supposed to be delivered. Still doesn't show shipped. I finally got an email saying, we're getting delays again. Do you still want the item? And I'm like, yes. And, they said the estimated shipping will be later in March. And I'm like, that's fine. Because the deal was too good to pass up. And I'm like, I want to see if I get it. And then it arrived over this past weekend. And I'm like, I wonder what's going to be in here. Is it going to be a used copy? Is it going to be beat up? I don't get the price drop. And then the price drop didn't last long at all. Anyway, let me show you the album. This is Cherry Pie by Warrant. This is the new Music on Vinyl reissue that came out not too long ago. This is their 1990 album. This is a recent reissue by Music on Vinyl. I'm always impressed. Music on Vinyl usually do a really good job. And so I'm always thrilled to buy their stuff. It always tends to run in the upper 30s, and this album has hovered since it came out in the upper 30s. I think the list price even now is still like $36 or $38, but this dropped down to under $13. I don't know why, and I jumped on it. It was $12 and change, and I'm like, wow, what? Yeah, so I'd say, yeah, I want it. And it came in. And look, it's brand new. Still sealed. Totally brand new. Not a problem in the world. I checked it by the time that it didn't show up after the second or third day, I went back and looked at it and the price had went back up. So I don't know what that amazing price drop was. I don't know if they didn't have them in stock, why were they lowering the price? But anyway, you can't get that for this price now, but it was, like I say, it was in the $12 and change range, and so I had to jump on that. I've been being really good recently. A lot of things have been dropping in price, and I've really, really been struggling with myself to say, do I really need that album? Because there's a lot of albums on my wish list, but this is one of the ones that's high up. There's a lot of the stuff from the 80s and early 90s, a lot of which I missed out on back in those days, but a lot of that stuff that's in that sweet spot of music that I like. Then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get it. And so, something like this dropping down, if it was under 20, I would have jumped on it. But when it dropped into under 13, I had to get it. But there's been a lot of things recently that have been dropping in price that I haven't purchased. And so I've been a little more selective recently. But this was a bargain that I could not pass up. Got to watch out for these things because it happens, and I don't know why it happens, but it does, and I scored on this one. So anyway, cool stuff. Never did quite understand what the back of that's supposed to mean. I mean, the way it's, anyway, whatever. Silly 80s bands. Great stuff. That's it for this one, though. Just want to share. Thanks a lot for watching. Rock on and rock hard.